How you doing out there in YouTube land? Chris back once again with another pickup video. This time it is no yard sales, no flea markets. Nothing I could really find out there, unfortunately, because flea markets are kind of a bust because of the weather, and yard sales nobody's really having them once again because of the weather. It's kind of the bad thing about Midwest. For a few months, we're definitely without any of that kind of stuff. But I did get a Craigslist pickup and no Facebook pickup and two all three of these are, sorry, are actually Facebook pickups. So anyway, on the St. Louis Retro Gamer site that I belong to, I have a guy who I met up to. He had four games that I really wanted, five that I actually kind of wanted off of him for the NES. Unfortunately, one of them looked kind of crappy, but he ended up just throwing it in with me buying the other four. So I paid $40 for these four Nintendo games. And first, I'm going to show you the one that looked really horrible here. It's no, I can never say this right. Nobunuga's Ambition. Basically, it's a Koei game. It's a strategy type game. It's pretty fun. If you look, you can see where it's kind of yellowish brownish. It was really bad. So I posted a picture of it beforehand. He threw it in because of how horrible it looked. It plays, so it's a placeholder for now. Later on, I'll get a better copy of it, and I'll end up replacing it. Also got Bigfoot, which is actually a horrible game. I hated this as a kid. My brother was a big fan of it because he was a big monster truck fan. I couldn't even really figure it out. He beat me all the time. He figured it out pretty quick, and I just couldn't go anywhere. I'd be stuck in the mud and whatnot. Another one, which is actually, I wouldn't say it's a rare game. It's actually pretty cheap, easy to find on on eBay, Amazon, whatever. But I've never really seen it out in the wild. It's Tecmo NBA Basketball. Once again, not a great game, but there are better basketball games out there. Like my favorite is probably Arch Rivals, Hello Cat. But unfortunately, I wanted to collect them all, so no matter what games, even Barbie, I ended up having because of that. Now, these two games are the ones that I really wanted out of this lot. Neither one is really rare or expensive, but it was the two games I've been looking after. This one is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the Taito version of it. There's the Ubisoft version as well, which eventually I want to get, but right now I have that one. Then this one I love. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Manhattan Project. Number one of this is actually a horrible game. You can find it everywhere. $5, $6 at the most in most stores. Then there's Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which everybody loves probably because it reminds them of playing it in the arcade game. I know I plopped many quarters into it. And then there's the Manhattan Project, which was the third in the trilogy. And I loved it because it played like the arcade game, but it had new levels, new bosses, new enemies. And I think they took what was good about the arcade game and just made it better. Of course, graphic-wise, it wasn't as great as the arcade, but it was still really fun. So on that, I had not had the whole trilogy. Of course, I still didn't get Tournament Fighters, which is a rare, not a rare game, but a hard to find game, and it's going for about I think $80 to $100 right now. So I'm not going to pay that. Hopefully, I'll find it somewhere cheap. Then there was this woman who I bought the Nintendo and all the box games off of last time, the top loader, and all the games for $100. All those box games I show you. Well, she also had a Super Nintendo and other games. I didn't have the money and time to get it because I spent all my money on the top loader. So she held these for me, and I picked them up. For $25, I got a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a little yellow on top, as you can tell. I think some cleaning will take care of that pretty easily. And then she also had Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, and the box games, Wheel of Fortune, which isn't. I mean, it's complete. It's got the manual in there and everything, but there's no cardboard holder to it. Then there is a pinball game called Super Pinball Behind the Mask. Once again, it was complete. And then there was Tetris 2. Once again, complete. Tetris 2 is a really fun game. I always like the Tetris series. I got all that for $25. So, I mean, that's a pretty good deal considering Link to the Past alone goes for that kind of money. So I got that off of her. And then another lady I talked to had uh, 4 games I was kind of interested in. One that I really, really wanted to get. She sold it to me for $20. It's about half price of what you'll find on eBay or Amazon, which is Super Metroid, as you see right here. As you see, it's a pretty clean label. I'll have to post a picture of it. There was a big old sticker right across the front here. I'll try to post a picture of it. I ended up taking it off with just a bit of Goo Gone. Came right off. You know, put a little bit on the sticker and just kind of pilled. Cleaned it off afterwards. It was fine. This time, I have 9 Nintendo games. What I did was I traded a copy of Uncharted Waters for these 9 games. Basically, there was a guy who was like 15 titles short of getting a full collection, or whatever he says is a full collection. So he said he had second games. I had Uncharted Waters. I got Uncharted Waters pretty cheap, so I figured I'd trade them. The reason why is to build up my collection. These right here, I believe it puts him up to around 300 or so. But they're all common games, but I figured Uncharted Waters I can get again probably pretty cheap somewhere. So, well, hopefully I can. If not, oh well, I'll get somewhere. But for now, these are the games I got. I got LJN's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. I hate this game with a passion. It is a horrible game, but part of the collection, I need it. So then I also have, this is actually a pretty cool label. Anybody who's seen some of my videos who knows me knows I love label art. I think label art is great. Sometimes label art makes a big difference. Like on Metroid, I actually like the yellow label better because of the fact that it shows more art. It's not, just a game picture. So anyway, this one is Dr. Chaos, which I think is a pretty cool looking label. I don't remember really playing my game, so I can't tell you much about it. Another pretty shoddy game here is Home Alone 2. I just noticed, wow, it's got a horrible Blockbuster sticker on the back. It's not a real big deal. I can use a donor card to get rid of that later. Another really cool label art game here, Joust. I don't really remember playing this much on the Nintendo. I played it a lot in the arcade. I thought it was a really fun game. Another fun game from when I was a kid, I kind of remember playing it. It's Kid Cool and The Quest for the 7 Wonder Herbs. Yeah, it's the whole title. But Kid Cool is what most people know it as. I think it's pretty nifty looking art. Racing game. We have Rad Racer 2. The back on it looks a little shoddy, but I can easily get that off with some, wow, it looks like a sticker. I can easily get that off with some Goo Gone. Then we have Solstice, which has like a little marking on the bottom here. I can't tell if that's really hard to come off or not, but once again, pretty cool looking cover art. Another game I can add to the collection. Then we have Wheel of Fortune, the all-new Junior Edition. Hundreds of questions for ages 7 and up, so these games are actually pretty fun to play, even though a lot of the questions are rather old, and the pop question ones seem really odd. Then last but not least, eventually I want to get this in the case just because it's a different looking case for the Nintendo, but it is Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. I know you can buy a complete in box for like 10, 15 bucks, something like that on eBay, so I'll probably do that later just because it's cool looking. But I actually like this cover art once again. I think it looks nifty. See, there you go. So that's all. Until then, I'll talk to you later.